Let us discuss passage number 8 of the paper. This passage is about creative imagination. The author says that creativity is not just a private and personal activity, but it is increasingly becoming our favored route to economic status. How? Because a significant number of people increasingly spend their time on and earn income from their creative imagination. It is not only a matter of personal expression but a lever of social and business success. In order to understand this, we have to know what creativity is. So basically in the third paragraph, the author is trying to describe his idea of creativity. He says that I define creativity simply as having a new idea, and creative economy as an economy where ideas, not land or capital, are the most important input and output. So this is the idea of creative imagination and creative economy as per the author. Creativity is usually more narrowly tied to arts and culture. It is true that these activities are highly creative and very important. Artists create beauty, they play around beauty, they share beauty, and in economic terms also they're important. But by my reckoning, these activities add up to 4 to 5% of global GDP as well. But to say that artists and performers are the only creative people in the world seems to me to be short-sighted and wrong. It ignores other people in many fields who also use their creative imagination. It shuts off huge opportunities, both spiritual and economic. So here in the second last paragraph, the author is trying to say that it's not just the artists who are generally considered to be creative. It's not just them who are creative, and if having this kind of an idea is very short-sighted and wrong, because it ignores other people all around the society who use their creative imagination. He says that planting, harvesting, reusing seeds, carrying out a scientific investigation, designing a school curriculum, these can be just as creative as painting a picture because they all use creative imagination. So as per the author, creativity should not be narrowly tied to arts and culture only. Let us look at the questions now. As per the author of the passage, creativity is about sharing beauty with the world. Creativity is having fresh ideas. Yes, this is definitely, we can mark it correct on our very first look, because we just discussed in our overview of the passage that according to the author, creativity is having a new idea. So having fresh ideas is definitely a correct option. They're in numerous places in society. This is also very clearly mentioned in the last paragraph. Here the author says that surely creativity is found in many places in society, and he further explains it how. So third is definitely correct. As per the author of the passage, creativity is restricted to arts and culture. No. The author says that creativity is usually more narrowly tied to arts and culture. He's here talking about the general conception that people have about creativity, that it is only related to arts and culture. But as per the author himself, creativity is not restricted to arts and culture. It goes beyond that. So fourth cannot be the answer. And creativity is about sharing beauty with the world. This is also incorrect. He only talks about beauty with respect to artists who share beauty, who create beauty, but as per the author, creativity is more than that. It is about having fresh ideas. It is there in numerous places in society, and it is not restricted to arts and culture. So the answer will be option B. Let us move on to the next question. It says, with reference to the passage, consider the following statements. creativity is generally considered to be related to arts and culture only. Yes, this we just discussed, that it is generally considered to be related to arts and culture. Yes, it is. By most of the people, it is, and it is very clearly mentioned in the second last paragraph that we just marked here. Creativity can help to bring out one's potential. This is very clearly discussed in the very first paragraph, where the author says that without it we cannot imagine our full potential, let alone achieve it. So when the author says that without it we cannot imagine our full potential, it means that creativity can help to bring out one's potential. So this is also correct. So the answer will be option C. Creativity is becoming our favored route to economic status because in a creative economy, idea is the most important aspect. Well, this is, although factually correct, is not the reason for creativity becoming our favored route to economic status. Therefore, this cannot be correct. Similarly, if we see statement 3, it says creativity is a private and personal activity. This is also mentioned in the passage, but is this the reason that it is becoming favored route to economic status? No. The only reason is that creative imagination is increasingly becoming a source to earn income. Because when we talk about economic activity, it has to be related to income and money and all. So therefore, this is the correct answer. It is becoming our favored route to economic status because it is increasingly becoming our source to earn income, to earn money. Therefore, the answer is option B. Consider the following statements. Not recognizing the creative talent of people other than artists leads to blocking the country's opportunities on the economic front. Well, statement 1 is definitely correct, and it can be concluded from the lines given here in the passage, which says we've already marked it, which says that but to say artists and performers are the only creative people in the world seems to me to be short-sighted and wrong. It ignores other people in many fields who also use their creative imagination, and it shuts off huge opportunities, both spiritual and economic. So yes, this is a correct statement because this also says the same thing, that it leads to blocking the country's opportunities on the economic front. Creativity and spirituality are not connected to each other. Well, this is an incorrect statement. Because if you look at these lines, they say for them creativity is not only a spiritual matter but something explicit and public. It is not only a matter of personal expression but a lever of social and business success. So it says here that creativity is not only a spiritual matter. This means it is a spiritual matter as well. So this means that at some level creativity is a spiritual matter. This definitely can be inferred from this particular line. But here it says that creativity and spirituality are not connected to each other. So this cannot be true. So the answer will be option A. Consider the following statements. Artists play an important role in a networking economy of a country by adding the country's GDP. Well, this is a correct statement as per the following lines which we just read above. It's here in the second last paragraph. It says, and in economic terms, in a network economy, they are economically important. By my own reckoning, these activities add up to about 4 to 5% of global GDP. So yes, as per this is a correct statement, that artists do play an important role in a networking economy of a country by adding to the country's GDP. The only way of recognizing the talent of an artist is through the beauty of his art. Well, this is nowhere mentioned in the passage. The author does mention that beauty plays an important role in the work of an artist, but it is not mentioned as the only thing that will help us, recognize the talent of an artist. No, this is nowhere mentioned. So the answer will be option A.